Hi guys, we have weather today. Yeah, we have a weather. We have cloudy weather. That's what I was gonna say. And yeah, I know I have a towel on my belly. I've been doing some dishes. Still need to do more, but I want to come on a little bit and do this. Let me sit down. Oops. I. Sorry. Sorry. Did I hurt you? Okay, so book pages, something that apparently a lot of people struggle with because we use books for a lot of stuff, but the book covers for like, now I can't find anything I used. Okay, fine. I started to clean up and now I can't find anything. Yay! Ever been through that? Yeah, I think we all have. So a lot of us are stuck with this kind of stuff, and I use this a lot. And apparently not everyone does. Some people just throw this away. But I'm going to show you some easy stuff that you can do with book pages. And there's tons of videos about book pages and how to use book pages and stuff. So I'm not going to be first. So you see this? This is pretty thick. Pretty hard. What I simply do, let me put these aside. I keep my book like this and open the page, grab a glue stick. Hopefully it still has glue on it. And just, oops, let me move some stuff out of the way. And it fell out. But, oh yeah, drop it on the lap. Let me grab a new one. If you ever wonder why I go through so much glue sticks, now you know. Now you know. And I just make sure I have enough glue. And then I put on like this and I try to push outwards so you don't get any bubbles or anything inside. And then you just press down, press down, press down, press down. And then I open. So here are 2 pages together. Hopefully the corners is a little bit loose. Usually don't use all the way up to the edge, so I'm not too worried about this. But if you are, then it looks like I'm zoomed in. Am I zoomed in? Yeah, I'm not. Okay. Anyway, sit back down again. Okay. So now I have 2 pages. That's the thickness you want. You keep it at that, put it aside, let it dry. I prefer 3 pages together. It's just what I prefer, the thickness and the hardness that I prefer. The glue itself will also add hardness to the paper. Just make sure everything is glued. And I actually use, this is an old, you can use just anything to press with. I just find this a lot easier to have something to press with. You can use your ruler or, you know, whatever, or a card or something. I just find it easier to press than just do with my hands, because right now my hands are hurting bad today, because I've been doing a lot of this stuff, so my hands really don't like that. So now I have 3 pages put together, and I'm missing the corner again. Don't know why, but I am. So, but I'm not too worried about that because I don't use the full page. That's where where's my knife? There it is. Sharp pointy thing. I cut it out. I'm not too worried about the edges because most of the time I cut them off anyway. So here you have a pretty hard, when the glue dries, this will be really hard and like a cardboard, like a cardboard. This is, I made this just a while ago and it's already dry and it's really thick. It's really thick and hard and sturdy. So now I know the page size that I'm using. So if I want to make, here I made a bunch of tags in a shape that I liked. And you can just use any shape you like. You can cut off pieces. When I cut these out, I get a lot of leftover pieces, like these, and I use them for other things. But they are also hard and thick, and they're really good for making steampunk backgrounds. You know, using them as like thin sheets, because they give a lot of texture to the page. So I keep these. I throw away some of them that I don't like, but most of them I keep. Anyway, so if you want to make like I've done here, I made several of the same ones. So first I kind of glue through, so I have a ton of these triple pages thickness. This is another page from this book, and since this already has the size that one of these, I'm going to call them cardstock, homemade cardstock. These are really good to use for you know, templates. If you want to make envelopes, I showed you in a previous video how to fold the envelopes and how to make them, you know, different sizes and stuff. But now, since I'm going to make a tag, and I'm not going to make two. You can do that too if you want to. If you want to fit in 2 tags, I can show you that. Just simply do that. Yeah. Oops, sorry. I have really fumbly fingers today when they hurt. They get a bit swollen and I drop stuff. So I want to be able to fit in 2 tags here. So I cut the page in half, just folding it, cut. So this will be 1 tag later on. Now it's just a single page. But I want to do a template. So first of all, I have to think about, do I want the tag this way or this way? Well, I would like it this way. Okay, so then I fold it this way. I use the text here that are already on there to help give me a straight line to work from. You don't have to do that, but I want to do that. And I kind of want to use this too. Okay, so now I kind of have that. So I want to cut a shape. Maybe I want this and this. I'm kind of stuck on the cloudy theme here. So now I have oh yeah, let's round the corner. And since it's folded, the corners will look the same. There. So that's the way my tag looks right now. If I like this, I keep this. I use it as a template, and when I do, I just simply put it on the page, draw an outline, cut it out, do the same here, draw an outline, cut it out. You know, if I'm happy with that, you can do it any way you want. If you want to use a full page, I'm going to have loose pages here. I'm going to use that. So for these, as you can see, they fill up the whole sides, but I didn't want to fall out into this part. So what I did was kind of folding it in half, semi, you know. I'm trying, because the bottom and the top are straight. I know that the sides aren't, so I'm going with the bottom here. So I make these fold lined up here, and there you go. And I want these to be so short that I don't have to have the numbers. So I simply cut it off, and I have more text on this side, so it's easy to cut off here. There we go. And I'm gonna follow this edge again. So I'm kind of checking the lettering. So it's easier to cut the templates from a page with a lot of text rather than a page where you don't have a lot of text. Then I have to think about how high do I want it. So either I start from the edge and cut my way in, but now I'm gonna actually start from the top. And I think I want it about this high, the tag. So this will be my top part. You can cut the tag just straight if you want to, just cut off the corners if you want to. You do your tag the way you want them to. I just really fallen in love with, you know, roundish shape. I've been doing a lot of this on the envelopes too. With a lot of this sort of cloudy feel to them. And then around the corner, bottom corner too. You know, I want them rounded a bit more like that. There we are. So here I have a template. So I simply just put it on where I want it. And since I want the letters, I can put it like this too if I want to and just have the text. But since I kind of wanted this time to be kind of straight, so I line up the bottom with the text at the bottom here. So I use the text lines on the page to help me get things straight-ish, I should say, because it's not perfect. And my pen ran away. No, there it is. I just simply it's not more difficult than that. You can also use the full page like kind of a canvas for a mixed media project. Instead of just using any cardboard or mixed media paper or anything like that, you just kind of use this. I've been using this a lot. They are actually really sturdy. So if you want to do like a little wall hanging or something, that you can use those. The glue helps making it even sturdier. So plus there's 3 pages. The good thing about this is you can also use, if you have like an old book with fragile pages that might not be the kind of vintagey kind that you like with the yellow pages, but it's still really fragile pages. Since you glue them together, they don't break, you know, that way. So, but you have to be a bit more careful when you glue them because it's easy to tear them. Just a little tip there. And let's cut around the corner. Da, 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 da. And I can't even cut along the line. No. So they always turn out a bit differently. There you are. There's your tag. And you punch a hole, or like I did, I used, there it is. So I just put the cork or the pen, and you just, no, I used the pen. Okay. And then I drew around it. And I'm gonna move this aside. So I just, let me see so I get it semi in the middle. I just drew around it. Once I had one hole, you know, I just kept going. So actually the holes are getting a little bit smaller every time. But that's okay. And since I already had a book underneath, I can cut straight through it. You know, I can use that. Because usually I make a whole bunch of them. And I just make little, I kind of poke it along the edge to make kind of a perforated thing. You can cut through too, but I find this easier for me. If you have a hole punch, that is a lot easier and faster. You just go click. There, and I check. Yeah. Once I have it perforated, it's a lot easier to just get it out. And there's your hole. There's your tag. You can decorate it any way you want. You can glue other papers on it. You can paint it. You can, you know, just do anything you want with your little tag. And I have templates, and that makes it easy to make several of the same kind of template. So I made a whole bunch. Or like I said, you can just use this like a cardstock and just background, do other tags, you know, whatever you use cardstock for, you can just use this. 3 pages, glue together, keep going. And since you already have the book, this doesn't really cost much. And if you do like I do, I go to the library when they have sellouts. They sell out old books that they don't want anymore. Those are usually really cheap. Here in Sweden, at least up here, you can buy them for 1 krona. That's about 10 cents per book. And that will give you a good cover. You have a lot of pages to work with. There's so much you can do for very little money. Glue stick, you can also get them super cheap. Buy them in bulk. I know dollar store usually have them. I'm not a big fan of their glue stick, however, but they work. They work for this kind of project, where you just glue 3 pages together. Ouch, that my thumb really hurt. Okay, so yeah, that's an easy way to use Bookpages. Make your own cardstock, make your own tags, and I will be back to you guys with another quick little video. Now I'm gonna feed the dogs, take them for a walk. Take them for a walk was what I was gonna try to say. So yeah, Bookpages, good for a lot of things. And I see I can wobble you guys. Why do you wobble? You're on the floor. You shouldn't wobble when I hit the desk. Sorry guys, you're leaning towards the oh, my thumb is in a bad way today. Okay guys, I'm actually gonna have to hurry clean up the kitchen now because my ex is on his way, and currently we have no place to sit to eat food. I usually just grab my plate and go up to the laptop, or I kind of shove stuff aside and sit here in the middle of my mess and think about all the stuff I want to do. But when people are coming over, apparently it's a good thing to sit by the kitchen table. Who knew? Oh no, it started to snow again. Oh no, I don't want more snow. We have enough already. Oh my goodness, no, please, no more snow. Oh, guys. It's snowing again. Oh, poopsie. Well, I'm gonna get to this mess and clean this off, so and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.